Hey there, let's talk about how to use mud to supersize your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. The expression name is mud is actually from the 1700s. In 1700s England, mud was slang for a fool or for a stupid person. And the expression somehow worked its way into Parliament, and if somebody said his name is Mud, they were usually referring to a disgraced member of Parliament, somebody in the government who had made a mistake and disgraced themselves in some way, shape, or form. Now, name is Mud became to mean the person is in trouble, or a person is in trouble, or possibly doomed, or even worthless. Now, I will admit, as a mom, I told my kids sometimes, hey, your name is Mud, and that's because I learned it, and my mom told my sisters and I that sometimes when we were in trouble. If we didn't do our chores, or if we were late for something, or if we didn't do our homework, you know, my mom would say, your name is Mud. And I did the same thing to my kids, because we tend to do what we've learned as kids, as adults, as parents. We swear we're not going to become our mother or our father, and all of a sudden we'll be saying something, and we're like, stop in our tracks and like, oh my God, that was my mother that just said that. And then we laugh because we realize, as much as we want to be different sometimes, the apple doesn't always fall very far from the tree. Sometimes it does, of course, but sometimes it absolutely positively doesn't. I'm definitely a combination of both my mother and my father, with a whole lot of me sprinkled in. But name is Mud. How the heck can you use mud to grow and build and supersize your business? Well, in several ways. You can sling mud at your competition. I call that mud slinging. I'm going to recommend that if you do that, you sling mud at something that they do, not at who they are or their core value. In corporate America, there was a lot of mudslinging going on between peers because people were always competing and vying for things. And it's just like politics. The mudslinging is always positive, and we want to make sure that we're not sullying and dirtying our own reputation by bringing up shortcomings or challenges with our competition. We want to bring those out. We want to point out the differences and what we do better, but we want to do it in a way that doesn't make us look foolish, right? So that's the first way you can use mud to grow and build and supersize your business. Another way you can use mud to grow and supersize your business is to make sure that you're not getting caught muddied in a big mud puddle. You're not doing things that would look bad or be bad or wrong to other people or other organizations. Make sure that you're doing things, you know, and the way you're behaving is ethical and trustworthy and honest, of course. I kind of think that goes without saying, at least to the groups of people that I chat with and interact with. But you're going to run into people that don't behave that way, that don't run their business that way, that are, you know, okay with towing the ethics line, or the they have different core values than you, and values in terms of how you're building and growing your business. Another way to use the mud that can muddy the waters sometimes is to make sure that you're serving your customers and your clients to the best of your ability, and that you're helping them to solve problems, because usually when people come to us, excuse me, weird breathing, they have some sort of a problem. Most of our businesses exist because we solve problems for people and we help them to increase their status. A problem can make you get mud on your face, right? If I make a mistake or have a problem as a client or customer, and I go to somebody to help me solve that problem, I think of lawyers, right? Lawyers, my God, they are the best mud washer offers and showerers on the planet. Their whole job is about helping people with their reputation, helping people to get out of trouble and clear them of the mud. Well, we can do the same thing by helping our clients solve their problems, face their challenges, overcome, or do things that they want to do to move their lives and their businesses in the direction they want to. So I would love to know what you think of this expression. Have you used it? Have you heard it from your parents because you got in trouble? Or have you used it on your kids when they got in trouble? Or they had to be grounded because they were home late or something? Or have you seen other people, you know, destroy their we've all seen people destroy their reputations and their careers because they did something wrong, and it's usually not because they do something wrong, but they do something wrong and then they blame other people, or they make it someone else's fault. This isn't going to be popular, but I'm going to say, read a company's annual report And I love reading annual reports. I haven't done it for a while, but I used to read people's and companies' annual reports. And they're full of excuses as to why companies don't meet their goals and objectives. Those are not the companies I invest in, right? I would never invest in those companies. Any company or people that make a bunch of excuses, I'm not going to invest my time and energy and resources in them. So look in your organization. Are people making excuses, or is it okay to create a culture where it's okay to make mistakes as long as you learn from those mistakes and correct them? But if you make excuses and stuff, that is going to undermine the foundation of your business. And it makes it really, really hard to grow your business if it's based on a shaky foundation. So those are just some ways that you can use mud to actually supersize and grow your business. And actually, it's the problems and the challenges and the mistakes that we make and what we learn from them that become the solid foundation on which we build our entire business. Love to know what you think about this expression. If you've had experience with it, share it in the comments below. If there's an idiom that you would like me to look up the meaning of and the history of, let me know that in the comments below too, because I'm having a lot of fun just looking at my life and my business from a different perspective by saying, okay, well, here's this expression, here's where it comes from. Have I experienced this in the past? How have I experienced it? And what could it mean for me and my business today? I think it's just a fun project. Have a great day. If I can help in any way, ask away, and I will see you, of course, tomorrow.